there was some questions asked, so I'm going to answer some blind questions. All right, first I want to say that a couple of people ask who was at the end of the videos. When I have I have a whole bunch of YouTubers that did little cameo outros for me, and I do appreciate it. But and I play those little outros of people, different YouTubers saying my little catchphrase. I do put up a card that tells you who the people are, and it takes you, if you click on it, it'll take you to their channel just in case you were wondering. So yes, I do use the cards for those folks at the end. All right, I posted a video about being blind. Here, I'll post a card. I'll put it right up there. It'll be right up there. It'll come out and you'll be able to see it. In case you didn't catch it. But I had a few people ask some questions, so I thought instead of typing out a bunch of answers, I'd just make a simple little video and answer them. All right, the first one is, if you look through a telescope, does that make your field of view normal? All right, well, with that, you have eye relief, just like if you shoot, if you're a shooter and you look through a scope on a rifle or anything, you have that eye relief. So you look into the eyepiece and it shrinks your field of view down anyway. So basically what you're talking about is kind of what I see. So if you look up at the sky, you see the sky, the stars, the moon, whatever. But if you look through a telescope, you only see like whatever you're zoomed in at, like the moon. So all the other stuff is gone. That's what I see all the time. The same way with the scope when you're shooting. If you look down range, you see, if you're outside, you see trees and this and that and all the other stuff. And then you see the target and in the surrounding. Some people, you can see the sky, the ground, all that. But then when you shoulder your rifle and you look down through the scope, all you see is the target, right? Well, that's pretty much the way I see all the time. So yeah, I don't see that. It's not magnified, but it's like looking through a scope. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but that's the best I could do. All right, on to the next one. The second little half of it, I'm not sure exactly what it means, but we'll wing it. It says, it's pretty amazing how versatile and adaptable humans are. Glad you have a great support system. And I do. But I have to ask, out of curiosity, you mentioned there is a way to find something if you drop it. And then it says 100,000 foot view. How does that work for a blind person? Well, if you drop something, as I mentioned in the video, like if you say I'm in the kitchen on a hard surface floor and I hear it and it hits, I can hear, and if it bounces, you can kind of hear where it goes. And then you can start, with me, I have my small vision, you can start looking and scanning there. But basically, even if it's on like a carpet and you have no idea, it could hit, it could roll. You do a search much like when I was a firefighter and you went out on a search detail, you spread out and you did a grid search, and that's pretty much the way you do it. You, if you have an idea of where it may have hit or landed, you start there, and then you go over to the left, and then you go to the right, and then you go up and you go over, and you do just like a little grid, and you kind of search it that way. And I've done it lots of times. I mean, this isn't a huge room. The studio is a pretty small room, but sometimes I'll drop something, and I have a little one of those office pads that you can wheel, because there's carpet in here, but the little plastic pads for the chair that you can wheel on. And I'll hear something hit, it'll go boom, boom, and then poof, so I know it went in the carpet. And in this small room, I'm like, okay, I look and look and look and look and look. And after about 20 minutes, I'm like, it fell into a black hole. It's gone. I don't know where it could be. And then I'll step on it later. But yeah. But that's pretty much the way you do. You kind of search in a grid. and hopefully you can find it. And if not, you call a sighted person. You say, hey, help a brother out. Now the 100,000-foot view. Not sure what you're referring to, but I'm going to take a guess and say that, yes, if I'm looking at something here, like if I look at the tip of this, I can see the microphone and pretty much that's about it. But if I back up, the further I get away, my vision does kind of go out. You know what I mean? It's not just like that. The further away it goes, it does kind of go out a little bit. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not, but if not, you can ask another question. All right, there's one more question that I found anyway, so I will attempt to answer that one as well. Now, it says, thanks for all the information. I learned a lot of new things, but it also raises a lot of questions, like what caused it? Is it progressive or is it arrested at 11 degrees? How is the vision in your remaining field of view? And do you need correction glasses? And are there any current surgeries or something in the works that can fix and improve your vision? Inquiring minds and all that. Alrighty, that was a lot of questions, so we're going to go through them. What was the first one? What caused it? Retinitis pigmentosa, they are not sure what causes it. They're not sure if it is a genetic thing or not. It's kind of strange. It's one of those things. I mean, you think about blindness and all kinds of other things. They kind of narrowed a lot of stuff down, but this they don't know a whole lot about, and they're still doing research. Is it progressive or is it arrested at 11 degrees? No, it is definitely not arrested. It is progressive for sure. I think I was at around 25 or something like that when I was first diagnosed, and I had to stop working. I continued to work as long as I could, but yeah. So yeah, as time goes by, it does get worse and worse and worse. But it is so, for me anyway, it is such a gradual progression that I really don't notice until I go back in the doctor and say, oh yeah, it's this now. It was 13, now it's 12. Now it's, after a couple of years, now it's 11. So it's a real slow progression. And they don't know how it progresses, if it will accelerate or stay at this speed. So in other words, they don't know if I will wind up going totally blind or if I'll get old and drop dead before that happens. So, so they don't know that yet. Let's see. How is the vision in your remaining field of view? And do you need, yes. What I have left is pretty much like anybody else's, my remaining vision. I do need corrective lenses, glasses, like reading glasses and stuff, just like any other person my age. As we age, we need to get our prescriptions changed. And yeah, I can see pretty decent, except to read. I need reading glasses, and every couple of years it gets worse. I did have one cataract surgery in my right eye, and that was, many years ago, almost, I guess, between 15 and 20. I was in my 40s. I'll be 61 in June. So I was in my 40s. I'm not sure exactly what the age was, but yes, I did have a cataract surgery then. Yes, a lot earlier than most people. But yeah, but what vision I do have is, it's just like everybody else's. It's, as we get old, it gets shitty. So, so yeah, but the cataract did, progress a little bit faster. They said I will need a cataract surgery in my left eye eventually, but not yet. So we shall see. As far as, anything like surgeries, anything to fix it, at this present time, there is no treatment. There is no cure. They are experimenting with stuff. I do read literature now and then, and there's been experiments and there's clinical trials and stuff like that. But for instance, I don't want to do it because I'll let somebody else be the guinea pig. Because I can still see some. There was a lady, I read the medical thing about her. She went in and got some experimental treatment done. She could see kind of like me, and it worked great. She could see again, and then I think it was within a few months she went totally blind. So yeah, I would rather deal with this and just let it run its course until I get old and croak. Take the big dirt nap, as they say, than be a guinea pig and wind up not being able to see at all. So that is about the size of that. I do thank you for your questions. And I would like to say that I do welcome and enjoy legitimate questions. I'll do my best to answer all the ones that I can in the best way that I can. And I would rather, even if I'm out in public, I'd rather have somebody say, hey, excuse me, but I'm just curious. I'd rather have them ask questions than do some silly things, like, quick little story. We were at the grocery store, the wife and I, a couple of years ago, and there was a dude in the aisle. It was in the garbage food aisle. He was in there. The chip man was in there, and he was stocking the shelves with chips. And I was walking down, I was scanning, and I stopped. And the wife, she kept on going. And I looked, and then I scanned, and I found what I wanted, and I reached up and grabbed it. And I could hear him say, how does he know what he's going? Because I got the cane and the glasses on and everything. How does he know what he's going? And I just turned down and looked. I said, hey, I'm right here. I'm blind. I'm not deaf. I can hear you. You can ask me if you want to know something. He was kind of shocked at that, but yeah, I don't mind if people ask me questions. I'd rather, you come up and say, hey, don't mean to be rude, or I'm just curious. How do you, or whatever. So yeah, not a problem. Ask away. There are a couple other things that I didn't address. Like I have light sensitivity. That's why I wear sunglasses pretty much all the time. I have these ones that you can kind of see through. You can see through to my eyes when I'm inside, but with all the light from these monitors and everything, and even when I watch TV and stuff, I wear sunglasses most of the time. And I just love when the smart ass or the morons in the comments say something like, oh, you look trying to be cool wearing sunglasses in the house. And all that other dumb shit. Recapturing your years, old man. Why don't you look a man in the eye? Take them glasses off. Stupid shit. Like you can't fix stupid. You just can't fix fucking stupid. Another thing is my depth perception is off, which means if I sometimes if I like go to set something down on a table, it looks like it's closer. I mean, it looks like it's farther away. So I'll slam it down because I think it's farther, but it's closer, and I'll blast like a glass or something. So I kind of got to be careful. For instance, I kind of once in a while I'll go out and I'll feel froggy, and I'll grab a basketball and I can shoot a basketball because all I got to do is find the hoop, and then I can just, if I stand, like at a free throw line or something, and I can shoot at the basket because I can see where it is and I can aim and shoot. But it takes me probably, I'd say about 6 times to zero in on it because it looks like it's farther away. So I come up real short. So I got to figure out exactly where it is because, again, my depth perception is way off, way off. I know some people say things like, so I hear that when you lose one sense, the others are heightened. It's really not that way. It's what it is you rely on your sight for the majority of things. If you think about it, when you're doing whatever and you hear a noise, what do? Do you go, ooh? Do you put your ear to that? No. You hear a noise and your head snaps around to do what? To look at it. That's right. You hear that noise and poof, what's that? You don't hear a noise and, oh, you stick your ear closer. No, you know, if you smell something, what's that? And then you look to try to find it. Everybody, you use your eyes. Same thing with touch and everything. It's just you use these things more often now and you rely on them more. So they seem to be more sensitive, but they're really no more sensitive than they always were. It's just you rely on them a lot more now. That's the only difference. You know, you listen and I mean, at first when I was, like I'd get out of the car at the grocery store or something and be in the parking lot and it was like, oh shit, I hear cars. And it's like, oh, where are they? And then, you know, the wife would say, no. So it took a while to start using your ears and go, okay, that one's way down there. That one's here. There's one close. And, you know, then I can kind of like turn my head and scan and look around. But yeah, you tend to switch. And instead of looking at everything, you tend to rely on your other senses. They don't really get heightened. You just focus on those more. That's all. All right. While I'm on the topic or the subject of comments, I'd like to just add this to the conversation as well. People often just scan through and they'll look at a thumbnail and then they'll read a title and then they'll click and comment. You know, they don't watch. They say I don't know, all kind, whatever. If you put a little title that says something, they just automatically, Tim did this or what, you know. If I say Tim's having coffee again now, oh, Tim did this and did you see that? And it just, they don't watch or anything. Or they'll say something like, you know, did you know that this happened and that happened? Yes, I did know that. And I even said that in the video. So it's interesting to me the way the comment section goes. I mean, other people just click on to say, you're hateful, you're this, you're mean, I pray for you, you're a horrible person, why don't you let it be, wasn't it any of your business, blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And that's all they click for, you know. They click on it. They don't watch anything. They just click to say, I'm not here for the drama. Why are you always about drama? I hate drama. Well, then why did you click? If you even suspected there was going to be drama. You do love drama. So that's another funny thing about the comment section. And then there's other people that it's just like a forum. It's like, you know, hey, we can come here and we can leave a comment and we'll start a big long thread and we'll talk about Tim, or we'll talk about Eric Nomadic Fanatic or Camper Van Kevin or Living Free Mike or anybody else. Because as soon as I ask a simple question like, Tim, where's the Flagstaff? I get blocked and deleted. So they come here and they and then a whole bunch of other people that have been blocked and deleted. And again, some of them, yeah, they're over there, tell me you're a dickhead, rah, 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 and they get blocked and deleted. But other people, you know, they just ask a simple question, and that is a legitimate question, but we don't want to face that. We don't want to answer that. So we're going to, you know, delete your comment and block you. So they come to places like this, you know, the hate channels, but they come here because they have a place to voice their opinion where other people can see it and they actually can be heard and not just deleted. And speaking about deleting and blocking people, people often ask, why don't you block people, or why don't you delete all these nasty comments? Well, there's a couple reasons. And one of those reasons, I'll just say, one of those reasons is I don't care if you yabber and you're dumb, you're ugly, you're an old whatever. Yes, I'm old. Too bad you won't be able to be old because you're too dumb and you won't live long enough or shit like that. Yeah. If you're lucky, you'll get old too. But you know, I don't mind that shit. And you're a tattooed freak and this, and you don't know what you're talking about. You're faking being blind. You're sucking up welfare and all this other dumb shit. That stuff doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's when they attack other people, you know, my friends and stuff like that. Or when they get real personal, start doing talking about my wife or something like that. Then they're gone. They're out. They're fucking blocked. Done. I don't care. I'm not putting up with that bullshit. And, if they start doxing shit, you know, of course, putting addresses and phone numbers and all that bullshit out, they get blocked. But other than that, they can go ramble, they can say whatever they want, and they can say all kinds of dumb shit. And the main purpose is, now everybody, and I do mean everybody that comes in that reads the comments, they can go, oh, there's that asshole. Oh, no, he's an asshole. It's right there. The proof is in the pudding, so I leave him there. So everybody can see who the assholes, the morons, the dipshits, the half-wits, and the just plain lonely, sad people with nothing else to do. You know, the ones that say, why don't you get a life? You got nothing to do but talk about other people. But yet you're in my comment section 45 times a day running through threads and answering and replying to other people because you don't have a life and you have nothing to do except run through people's comments on YouTube. And I'm sure you do it on Instagram and everywhere else, and probably Facebook and Twitter and so on and so forth, because you have no life. So you can tell me I have no life all you want. It doesn't bother me because my life is just fine. And again, everything, it may not be the best, but I try my best and I do things to the best of my ability. And if it's not up to your standards and it's not up to your liking, you know what? Lucky for you. There are literally millions of other channels here on YouTube, so you don't even have to watch mine. And as always, you definitely don't have to agree with me, because that is never the point here.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.